Okay, welcome to 10-Minute Book Club. We are starting on page 29. It's like the last sentence. So it says, look at your weekly planner and block out your 10 to 15 hours per week now. They're talking about IPA. You must control your time or your time controls you. I know that's very true. We can't complain about our busy schedule as the only person who creates that schedule is you. I think that's very, very eye-opening sometimes because I think I'm too busy is a huge excuse a lot of people use. I've used it. I hear it a lot from people. It's hard. It's hard because we are the ones who create it, but we also use it as an excuse. Okay. When setting us, oh, we can't complain our busy schedule. Yeah, I read that. When setting aside your hours of operation, be sure to include time for prospecting, presenting the opportunity over coffee and calls, attending or hosting local meetings and events, and getting educated at your team meetings and on team calls too. If you find yourself at all overwhelmed by your daily commitments, I encourage you to look at what can be cut out, such as long phone conversations with friends, watching your favorite TV programs, and sitting on social media. You may have to learn to say no for a little while so you can say yes to the things you love for the rest of your life. Emily always talks about this. She's like, yes, it was a big sacrifice at the beginning, and I let a lot of stuff, I sacrificed a lot of stuff at the beginning, but it was worth it because now I can enjoy all that stuff. I want you to even look at where you can outsource, where it's inexpensive. When I was just starting my business, I hired a house cleaner to come every 2 weeks. Not only did it free me up for doing something I didn't love to do, it also gave me a whole extra afternoon to build my business for our future. Whatever you do, don't be swayed by daily distractions. If you are serious about your business, you will have to make some short-term exchanges to produce the long-term financial freedom and rewards that come with your business. You'll have to have laser sharp focus, tunnel vision, and be like a dog with a bone. Don't let go. You have to be willing to pay a price for true time and financial freedom. Again, you'll find you have to consider where you can make short-term exchanges for long-term reward. We will talk about what to do during your income-producing activity time in the upcoming chapters. For now, I want to talk to you about another critical component to success in any business, and that's your personal and professional growth. All right, the story of the starving baker. Imagine there's a brand new, beautiful bakery built right down the road. The aroma of fresh pastries fills the air. This is where hot, delightful treats are served all day long. You go in. This baker is brilliant. You order your treat and watch as the baker does his thing. It is magnificent watching. He does everything himself. He cleans the tables, tends to the cash register, bakes the goods, and greets the guests. You start to notice that he's surprisingly thin. You begin to think, he's so busy baking for others, he's forgetting to eat. He's starving himself. Are you that starving baker? Most of us are so busy that we fall into starving baker mode. We get so wrapped up in our jobs, our problems, the house errands, and everyone else and their matters that we never push pause and take the time to feed ourselves. We feel hollow. Sometimes we feel fake. You are not fake. What you are is a starving baker. You've gotten busy and you've stopped growing. We've all been there before. Taking time for our personal and professional growth provides nourishment for our souls and it fuels our minds. It makes us more effective for everyone in our lives we influence, our families, friends, and our teams. If I could encourage all of you to implement one thing today, it would be to plan to wake up each day and just as you eat your breakfast to fuel your body, begin to feed your mind too. You can only go as far as you grow. Ooh, I like that. You can only go as far as you grow. I feel like I do this sometimes with my reading. Like I have a goal to read a book a week. That's one of my dreams, to read a book a week. It's because I never do it. But I have a time slot every day to read my book from 12:30 to 1. And I almost never do it. And it's because I'm telling myself that it's like fun and I have other more important things I need to be doing. but it's not just fun. It's like super important. And every time I sit down and do it and set my timer and just do it, like I get so much out of it and I grow and I share with my team. Like almost always, it's something that I feel like you guys needed that day. And so it's just, I just need to change my mind and tell myself it's important. So, okay, next page. I like to spend time each morning devoting attention to my personal and professional growth. It's the perfect way to power start my day and to prepare myself for new opportunities. I like to end each day the same way, so I am thinking and believing positive things before my head hits the pillow. Therefore, I don't start or end my day with chaos, emails, TV, text messages, etc. I feed and fuel myself with prayer, devotions, reading personal and professional development materials, and listening to positive and uplifting music. I even fill in the empty time when I drive, listening to training CDs, making my car a rolling university. I like that. I listen to things that teach me how to become a better person and more effective leader. I am extremely intentional about my daily self programming, so I am more effective as a wife, friend, sister, daughter, and leader. I realize that my business can only grow as much as I do. I love that. So true. And sometimes we just like go through life and just let, whatever's happening happen. But if we really like intentionally turn on that podcast, when we're in the car instead of music or whatever, it's so powerful. Anybody else want to read on my come to the parking lot moment?
I'll read.
Thanks, Shannon.
Okay, I like that last paragraph too. I'm like sitting here highlighting it. Okay, my come to the parking lot moment. I'll be the first to admit I wasn't always a positive person. When I first started my business, like most people, I was a big bundle of doubt and fear. I would allow every distraction to discourage and allow every disappointment to demotivate me. I had my daily I quit moments. If you too are on the insert your company name here roller coaster, it's time to stop the ride, refocus, recommit, reestablish your goals, and restart. I used to say things like, nobody is joining my team, or everyone is quitting. Wouldn't you know, that's exactly what was happening. Through personal development, I learned that your words are seeds. Words are capable of bringing a harvest in your life, good or bad. My words were either going to be fertilizer to my growing dream, or they would poison it. Personal development took me on a 2-year journey into a deep discovery about the power of my thoughts and words. One of the critical moments in time on this personal growth journey happened during what I call my come to the parking lot moment. One day, I was sitting in a parking lot in my car waiting for my meeting to start. I got a call from one of my mom's friends, Rachel, who is also a leader in our company. At that time, I was struggling in my business. I picked up the phone and she immediately opened with, Sarah, do you want to know what's been holding you back? I was so excited. She was finally going to give me the magic bullet to success. She proceeded, you are doing all the right things by going through the motions, showing up to every meeting and call. Your problem is that your thoughts toward your business and team don't align with your goals for success. Your words aren't aligning either. You need to make a decision for yourself. I lost my place. Hold on. Oh, you need to make a decision to be successful. That was one of the most honest conversations anyone has had with me, and to be honest, it was a defining moment in my life. She was right. I was going through the motions, but I hadn't really made up in my mind and declared that I was going to be successful. That day, I made up my mind and began to change my daily declaration, saying, I have the fastest growing team in the company. I will be a top leader and earner. At that time, it wasn't true. But these daily affirmations, when spoken out loud, elevated my belief, which changed my confidence, ultimately affecting my odds and created results. Today, those declarations are true. I became the top earner in my company. How did I go from being a shy teacher in my 20s and one of the lowest earning leaders to eventually becoming the top earner? Not because I worked harder on my business. The truth be told, I worked harder on my personal growth than I did my business during that time. I believe a large portion of my success was due to the fact that I spent 2 whole years studying the power of my words and I was intentional about my thoughts and declarations. That's the power of personal development.
Thank you. Our timer beeped. But yes, personal development is so important. And I love that they talked about the seed because that's what we're talking about in Come Follow Me this week, right? And so think about it. I feel like we should read chapter 32 and Alma like 12 times because like it can apply to so many different things, like our testimonies, missionary work, and friendships, and I mean, so many things. And so maybe one of the times you read it, like think about how your words are the seeds. And if you plant a bad seed, what happens? You know? So definitely think about your words and your thoughts because thoughts are like seeds too, right? Thank you guys so much. I love our book club. I'm gonna put my line in my page 32. We'll start there tomorrow. We'll talk to
Bye.
y'all later. See ya.